up? Good day, good evening, good morning, wherever time zone you are in. Welcome back to Eddy Vs the Cosmos. Nice and early, we are going to do one of potentially three today. Potentially three frame data tutorials. So we are going to start with Paul, my original Tekken character. My man, Paul Phoenix. Let's go with the original.
Paul Phoenix.
Yes, this is a match that some would say is pretty even. I think Eddy has the advantage. Eddy punishes a lot of Paul's moves very well, so, especially the lows. So, let's get into it. Let's get started. Let's get this day going. And we're off. First move Paul has that can be punished. It can be also ducked. It's 2-3. So if you see the 2, it's always beneficial to duck. But if you do not duck it, you just block it. It's minus 12. 1 plus 2 used to miss that. That used to be a punish for it, or you'd have to left 1 to it. But now we have forward 2-3. So. But if you can, duck it. Bam. Next move, same idea. You could duck this string, but you could also punish it with the same thing. Forward 2-3-1. So, forward 2-3-1. You want to get under that. Anytime you see the right hand with Paul, you want to duck. But if you do not duck and you just block, minus 12, the 1 plus 2 will miss, so forward 2-3. You do not want to get hit on counter hit with that last hit. He's like plus 15 or something crazy, plus a lot. He gets free hits. So that's the punish. If you can duck it, and you gotta be quick. If you're late, if you're very slow, he's gonna get the counter hit, and then he's gonna get free attack afterwards. So that's the punish for that. Next one is one that they love to use often because they buff this move. Get the free Death Fist afterwards. Forward 1 plus 4, minus 14. They like to start the round with this move. They like to do this move, let's say, after you are plus frames. Get hit with a 1 plus 2, they like to do it. Even just a 1-2, they'll do it. Make sure you punish it. I don't think you can step it. Moves that, moves to the left. So, yeah. So just block, minus 14. Back 2-4 punish. The only other thing, maybe, you could relax it. But if you're going down, it's going to hit you. If you're already down, you will get the punish. So relaxing under that, if you could predict it, would be a good option. Next move, he's got it down forward 3-4. Phoenix wings. Minus 10 on block. Hit back 12 the second hit. If you try to down back both, if you try to do that, you're going to get counter hitted. But you can back 12. Can't step, but you can back 12. Again, if you block it, minus 10, and he does have the option to charge the second hit, which makes that move safe. If you just hold back with Eddy, or one big backdash and you can get it to miss. But yeah, it's definitely safe. But just backdash, 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 just keep hitting back. So block the first, back, 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 and then you do 2 backdashes actually. Bam, and good. And launch him for that. So that's the trick to that move. And like I said, if you block it without the charge, it's minus 10, or if you're quick, you can back 12 the second hit. Right, next one is down 1-2. Should be a couple things you could do with this move. So on block it's minus 14. Double check. No, it's not. It's more. Minus 17. Minus 17 on block down 1-2. So that was a nerf. We'll fix that afterwards. So at this point, just down forward kicks if you catch him doing this. Even with the push-up. Yo, Trey, what's good, man? Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, punishes like this. This used to be minus 14, so you'd have to like maybe try and step the second hit or do some kind of like whatever, like that, step it. But anyway, you don't have to do that anymore because it's launch punishable now. So block and punish. Nothing to it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. I'm doing good, man. This is my, I only have 2 days off from work until I leave for Thailand, so not counting the 2 days I'll be at Nashi's before I go, but while I'm still here in Tennessee, I'll have only 2 days, so today's one of them, so I'm just trying to get as much done as I can today. So far, it's been a very productive day. Got my house clean, apartment clean, I should say. And about to beat up on Paul. Alright, so those moves look good. Let's move on to the next. Alright, next one is down 1-4-2. So this used to be minus 14 as well. It might be launch. If you block the low, yes, this is still minus 14 then. So hangover is minus 14. But obviously, if you block that low, you get a neutral hop kick. So, but that's the mix-up. This is really only used at the very end of a round. I don't know if you can see the difference between the two. Yeah, it's very hard. It's actually like a real mix-up down with his down one. I guess the low maybe does come out a little bit. Maybe there's a fuzzy to it. Let's see. So if you fuzzy after down one, maybe it's all just a myth. Yeah, so you just got a fuzzy. There you go. That's the trick to this. Tap down back and come back up. If he does the low, you'll block it. If he does the mid, you get back up and punish it. So this is not a mix-up as long as you tap down back. There you go. No matter what. Just tap down back after down one. Last time I ever get blasted by that dumb shit at the end of a round. But once again, if he if he does the leaf totally and you block the last part, it's minus 14. Gamble, you're my dude, bro. I miss you, man. I wish you were going to Thailand. Yeah, but I got a big time opportunity with Nashi. I'm gonna be taking a step back from Tekken after the new year, probably a little bit. I'm still going to tournaments, but not as much. Yeah, big time opportunity, which will make it better when I do go to tournaments because I'll have money. So, the Dead Kev, what's good, man? All right, so this is minus 17 on block. If you do standing 4, it's not going to work. That's going to miss. But if you do a quick dash, you should be able to fucker. There you go, punish, see? Yeah, man, gotta do it, bro. Gotta do it. Very hard to punish this move, though. Metal Cat. Yo, thank you, Metal Cat. Appreciate the big time host. Hope everybody's doing good. Metal Cat, I know you're doing good. So, yeah. Back to this demo, man. Not easy, but if you do a perfect dash after you block into a neutral 4, you can get a punish. It's kind of like not really bad to ever try it. I only got it once this whole time. There you go, twice. So, the pushback different when holding back for a neutral guard. So, how about that? So, interesting. But if you neutral guard after the elbow, you get hit. So the only way maybe would be neutral guard. I don't know. It's kind of tough. Yeah, that's the best option. But that is your only option with Eddy is forward neutral 4. Sub-Zero Smoke Rain was good. L Train, what's going on, bro? Thank you. Avogadro, what's good? Tyler in the house. Does the Just Frame one have? I don't think it'll have any different property. I think it just does an extra damage or 2. But yeah, that's Eddy's only option, really. Yeah. Anyhow, next move on the list is it's called Shoulder Smash, but it was originally called Iron Mountain. So whatever you want to call it, Iron Mountain Shoulder Smash. Minus 16 on block. He does say yo every time, so if it helps, because some shoulders are like minus 17 or minus 18 on block. Paul's at minus 16, so you have like 1 less frame than I think usual to punish this. So try to listen for the yo. Am I coming to LCQ? Yes, I will be there. I will be there. Alright, next move is down back 2, mystery move. Down back 2 is minus 10 on block. Normally, it's going to push back. If he does it against the wall, sometimes you could hold forward and get your punish. This is a very, very difficult move to punish, so there you go. So it has to literally be like a perfect position for Eddy to punish this. There it is. But it is minus 10, and if you do block it and your back is to the wall, you should be able to punish it every time. So just know that it's minus 10, and they like to do it against the wall because it's a wall splat. So that really is the time to look out for it. Freaky, I will see you there. Yeah, so that's down back 2. But as you also can see with this move, it's extremely steppable to the right. So he's wide open if you can get that. So if they want to use that against the wall, and you're like on P1 side and your left side's to the wall, you can step right away from the wall. Maybe it's a good strategy to get away from that. So that's the good part. The move is super linear. Next move's up forward 3-4, Shredder kicks. Supreme Ruler, thank you. Up forward 3-4, minus 13 on block. Definitely want to use forward 2-3 because sometimes 1 plus 2 will just totally miss. Forward 2-3 is actually a really good punish for that. So up forward 3 in the old days used to be launch punishable by itself. Let's see if it still is. Sometimes Paul players want to just be funny and throw out the single up forward 3. Yeah, so up forward 3 is still launch punishable, so that's something also to know. It is only 15, not 17, so just know that if they just want to throw out a forward, I think forward 3 as well. Yeah, so forward 3 and up forward 3, Paul is minus 15. So keep that in mind. It tracks pretty good, so I think if you're gonna step it, you can step it left here. It's gonna get you to the right. You can go right, but it's a lot harder. Left is the way. If you do want to try and step it, but if he just does the first hit, minus 15. Be aware of that. If you try to punish the first hit with a launch and he does the second hit, you're gonna get launched. Or, I'm sorry, it will jail. So, it still doesn't pay to constantly go for that launch punish, because if you try after the fact, that's minus 13, so it's not gonna work. But just be ready. Just know if he wants to throw out 1 kick, good launch. 2 kicks, minus 13. Alright. Alright. So minus 14 we said for that. Minus 16. Listen for the yo. Paul might be my favorite character in the game to punish, because I've punished this character so much throughout my life playing Brian H. That's not going to punish that. This should make down by 2 minus 12 actually. That's super hard to punish. Oops. Close. No cigar. Alright, looking good. I don't care if I don't punish Demolition Man with the standing floor. It's not that serious. Just to double check though, let's see if there's anything else. If they do want to just like recklessly throw this move out, if we could just get hit by the first. Yeah, on hit after the first, you can't do anything, but if you could that would be the best option. So if you could get the first low to whiff, get under the elbow, and get the slippery kicks out before the third. Because if you lay there too long, the third hit's going to hit relax. But you have time to do that, to do the low. If you do the mid, I guess the mid should work too. See, the mid is going to take a little bit longer to come out, and it doesn't have the same crushing properties as the low. So there is a higher chance that you can get hit by the mid than if you do the low. Once you initiate the low, like, you get even lower. It's almost like down when you go into AOP and you press down. Kind of has that hitbox. So that would be one way to get away from that if they just want to try and throw that out to push you away, because that is a strategy that I will use sometimes against Eddies when I use Paul. If I just want to push them away, if I'm like, my back's getting towards the wall, just throw that shit out. They can't punish it. So yes, that's the option. If you could identify the low, get down under the elbow and hit him with the relax before the third hit. That would be the best way away from Demolition Man. Next one is forward 2-1. So obviously Paul has a lot from forward 2. He's got like 3 different options, I guess. So if he cancels it, you're going to give him a free attempt, really. I think forward 2 might be something always good to throw out and confirm the 3. Thing is, you have to fuzzy duck and almost look for the high as well. So you got to be careful you don't miss out on your while standing opportunity trying to just get around that mid, or trying to be ready if he cancels the second hit. So I would always prioritize like my fuzzy and look for the duck, because you get the most damage out of the duck. Then again, good Paul players don't really throw this out. So I think depending on who you're playing, the mentality in this against this move should be like, if it's a very high level player, I think you would want to look more for the -12 mid or the cancel. So if he just does forward 2 and cancels it, you will launch his forward 2. It's punishable on block even on a cancel. Or if he doesn't even cancel it, I think if he just does it by itself. Yeah, it's launch punishable by itself, forward 2. Flash elbow. So, thank you for the follow, by the way. Thank everybody, thank you for the follow. So if it's high level, from what I've seen from Korean players, from like just high level like European Pauls, everywhere I've gone it seemed like a high level Paul. The high level Pauls are doing just the forward 2 cancel and the mid. The middle of the ground and lower level Pauls are doing, they're not even canceling the forward 2. They're just doing the high and the mid. That and then the mid, no cancel. So it's very easy to tell your brain tap down forward, tap down back, look for a non-block press while standing 1-3 if you don't feel yourself blocking or see yourself blocking. But when you come back up, just hit forward 2-1. So to fuzzy this with forward 2-3 and have the presence of mind to duck it if it's a high it's not like an easy thing to do, but it's not the hardest thing to do in this game. once you practice it, you'll be like, okay, this ain't so bad. Now, if you throw the third one in the mix, everything's all over the place. So you have to take out the high. That's the strategy here. You have to take out the high. If you're trying to duck the high and trying to fuzzy guard the mid and trying to be prepared to stop him if he cancels the mid, it's never going to work. So you have to remove one option. If they're good, they're not going to do the high because they know how much damage they can get taken away if you duck it right. So, and they're thinking you're going to try and duck it. So that gives them the opportunity to go on the offense with the cancel. And now they're going to be able to start canceling their mid because you're sitting here worried about ducking the high, and they're going to kill you. This actually happened to me against Kakoma. This is one of the things I think he did to me when we played. And if I had just looked to launch the forward 2 every time, then it would have forced him to stop doing that and then actually start doing the high, which then I could duck and then I could kill him. So, when you're at a certain level, there is no proving you could duck it. It's assumed you're gonna duck it, and it's assumed you're gonna go to duck it. So, like, that whole prove to duck the whole thing when you get to a certain high level is out the window because that's almost like already established. It's almost like, okay, so I'm here and you're here, we're playing each other at this point in the tournament. We both know that we've already gotten to this point by doing that, so I'm going to try and be a step ahead of you, and yeah, you think your defense is good because you could duck it, but actually I'm going to mix you up because your good defense, there's an answer to that with the cancel. So that's the thought process behind this. So what you really should train yourself to do with this move, forward 2, is just down forward both kicks. And the worst thing that could happen, actually what's interesting, you see something. If he does the just frame, that's interesting. If you just punish it with down forward both kicks, it registers as, and he does the just frame, it registers as full crouch both kicks. Which is super interesting. So that's a guaranteed punish for both. So which means if you just mash down forward both kicks every time after forward 2, that's the only thing you can get hit by. You're going to take 24 damage and wake up. Okay, not so bad. Considering you're either going to launch him or put him in a relax mix-up. Lucid, nice to meet you too. So that's it. Just hold down. You'll see that you went under it. And just hold down, stay in relax, and put him in the mix-up. That's it. So that is the situation with those 3 moves. We're not going to go over them anymore. I'm not going to throw that in with the last bunch of mids I do because of that's the meta. Those moves are like, that's how you need to approach those 3 moves in general. Not like, it's not like a regular move where just, okay, I'm going to block it and I'm going to punish it. No, you have to understand with Paul's forward 2 1, forward 2 non-just frame 1, or forward 2 non-just frame 1 cancel, there is a whole offensive game behind it now. That is that. Next one is we said we went over the hop kick. So if he's got a mid, you got a high, he's got a low, and then he's just got 2. So if he does the mid, there is no universal. If he does the high and you try and swing, it's gonna knock you out of the air. If he does anything else, but you can counter hit confirm. Back 3-3, and then you can hit confirm the back 3 forward if you just see that he's not going for a third kick and punish with the back 3 forward. So that's the situation with the top kicks. There is kind of a mix-up there. It's kind of not really in Paul's favor. It's like kind of cheap damage. So if he does the mid, it's minus 14 on block. No universal answer, no. Eddy can also down back both kicks it if you think it's coming. If you really want to get him, if you want to get him good. Back 12 will get beat. Down back both kicks because the forward 2-3 pushes Eddy so far back, allows that backswing blow to really get away from that mid. So yeah, you can't do much with that. And if you block it, minus 14. Next one is Death Fist. Death Fist minus 17 on block. Eddy gets down forward both kicks at most ranges. It's when it starts happening like out here where it will miss. Got to be aware of that. From out here, back 2 will even miss. It's almost safe out there. Maybe like down forward 3. Even that, it's kind of risky. Down forward 3 is kind of like worth going for. But just gotta look. Really just gotta look. Like I said, most ranges down forward both kicks. It's gonna work. It does hit him from pretty far back, so be careful. Don't throw out your back 3-3 so fast. Otherwise, it could miss. I like to kind of delay my back 3-3, time it. First 2, just to make sure. So try not to mash if you hit a punish from that far out. And that's why. Perfect example. So letting him fall just a smidge could help with that, rather than just mashing back 3-3. See, so doing a little bit of a delay that will help that angle specifically. So. Or if you want a universal, down forward 1-1, down forward 1-1, back 2-4, you could do that combo. That will work. Or down forward 1-1, quarter circle forward 3, back 2-4. That also is another option. If you want to use back 2-3, just delay the first 2. Just like that. 3-4 fast enough to punish a tip range. It should be on perfect timing. It's fast enough, but it's just still gonna miss. That's interesting. Looks like maybe Death Fist is not minus 17. Maybe it's minus 16 now. Yeah, I don't know how punished it was minus 17, so that's 15 though. Maybe it's minus 16 now, unless standing 3 is 18 frames. It's one of the two. Next move is quarter circle back 1+2. So remember, he can get this from his. He doesn't have to just do quarter circle back 1+2. He can do it from his down forward 1. He can do it from 3-2 now. Yeah, pretty much anything that puts him in this way, you can get quarter circle back 1+2. Standing 3 was 17. It might be 18 now. It's definitely not 19. That's for sure. But if it's 18, it was nerfed in this season. That's for sure. So quarter circle back 12 is minus 14 on block. Can it be stepped? Can be stepped to the left. Then to the right. It's one of those moves because he goes into the sway, he gets linear. So. But if you block it, back 2-4 for your punish. And the next one is while standing 2. Also minus 14 on block. Sometimes this move has some pushback to it, so back 2-4 is a very reliable punish at all ranges that you block it. Knock! That's good, bro. Eddy made you knight. So yeah, so that's that. And that is all of his mids. I'm trying to think if there's any other mids that Paul has. There is one more mid that he has that's new, but we'll go over that in, you know what, I guess we'll just go over it right now. So his new move, they used to have quarter circle back 3-2-3 was a low. Now it still puts you in crouch, and it is still the same Punisher. He still could sidestep though. He's not as bad. I've been sidestepping a lot, like situations where people do stuff like that. I feel like, you know, like you could sidestep with Eddy. You just got to know when you can sidestep. And if you really know when it's coming, you can really fuck with them. So, ain't bad. Ain't bad. He got it. Have people that think he can't, like, so it's almost good that people believe that he can't sidestep, right? Meanwhile, he can. He can't sidestep everything, and he doesn't have the same sidestep that most characters have, but by like him having a sidestep that's available that people don't know about, it's going to force people to play even more linear against him, which will open you up to the opportunity to sidestep stuff because they believe Eddy can't sidestep. So like, yes, there are certain things that like you could run on him that he can't get around, but like even last night when I did the Noctis video, like he was able to step a lot of Noctis's like things that like are quote unquote why it's a bad matchup. You just have to like time it right and think. If you could read your opponent's timing, which is what this game is anyway, you could totally utilize Eddy sidestep more than I think people believe. You know, it just hasn't been done. I feel like no one's really doing it, so I'm trying to bring it out. I made some sidesteps this weekend, so anyway, quarter circle back 3-2-3 is now a mid finisher. Minus 13 on block, so punish it while standing 1-3, and that'll be our last mid, because we'll get into our lows. Forward 1+4 was covered in the first set, yeah, the first set of moves. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, that's true. Another minus 10 move that Paul has. Quarter circle back 3-2. So if he doesn't finish the, if he doesn't want to finish that string, it's minus 10. You should know that, because sometimes they like to just throw it out over and over again. So by punishing this, minus 10, it'll make them want to finish it, which could lead you to more damage. Just be ready to train yourself to punish it once or twice and then not punish it after that, to look for the high or the mid. Remember, you can interrupt the hop kicks, but if he does the high, you're going to get clipped. Paul a lot of minus 14 moves, which made this matchup even better for Eddy once they gave him the Season 2 buff. Alright, one more Death Fist punish and we'll move on. So that's an example where you want to delay that back 3-3. Make sure you get that full combo. If I had punished the Death Fist from that range, it just mashed back 3-3 right off the launch. That would happen. So remember to keep that in mind. Otherwise, do your down forward 1-1 combo after you punish Death Fist from that angle. Oh, minus 14. Thank you. Yes, 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 yes. All right, lows. Let's get into the lows. 1-4. The first low, he's had this low since Tekken 1. Minus 11. Can't really backswing or get around it. You can low parry it. Gotta be careful. Going for a low parry there. I should don't. He doesn't have it mid after his low. So I was thinking he had down. I was getting confused. Something else. Anyway. 1-4. Minus 11 on block. Or low parry. Next one he has is 2 down 3. Yikes. This is also minus 11. This used to be like launch punishable. It was like forward 2 down 3, but they removed that from Tekken and just made it, you know, made them the same. So remember what I said earlier. Anytime you see Paul's 2, just duck. So no matter what, if you tap down forward, after you see a standing 2, you will low parry, you duck that, you duck that. So always time you see the 2, always tap down forward. Alright, so that's that. Next low Paul has is back 4. Let's move minus 13 on block. Eddy gets while standing 1-3. You gotta be quick. It's pretty fast. I feel like this move is, you must act quickly when you block. You don't have time. There's no like guard stun at all. I don't know. It's faster than usual in my opinion. But anyway, reminds me of like punishing jacks down back. Just do it. Minus 13. Very good. Very good to do. Remember this move standing, so up 1+2. Very good move for that too. If you want to use up 1+2, I like it. I think it's good. Next move is forward 2-2. Minus 19 on block. With the pushback, perfect. While standing 3 every time, all ranges, no matter what. No matter how far you block it, it's always gonna work. Every time. Right, and the next one was let me see. Alright. Next move is 4-4-3, down 4. Let's move minus 17, I think. Yep, minus 17. So I'll punish it with while standing 2. If you think the mid is coming, you could interrupt and beat both mid and low. Think the high is coming, just duck. So yeah, minus 17. take back 4 off and do full crouch down to 1. That's reactable. Minus 11, or you can low parry it on reaction. Optimal would be to low parry it on reaction. That's what you want to do. But if you block it, punish minus 11. Okay, we're going to use that instead of back 4 since everything else starts with a high. Low parry. Go for the low parry. Alright, those are those lows. Let's do the last thing. Alright, the number 1 low that Paul has is Gordo circle forward 3. Now, this move is the reason I lost to Kokoma. I got hit by this move way too much. Even if it's out of range, Eddy's while standing 1-3 will still reach it, so I need to space it to perfect range and leave him at that space. I spaced him to that range, and he hit me with that low. I didn't think he would throw this low out because it's so punishable. I would never throw this low out against Jun Ding if I was using Paul. You know, when I play Jun Ding, I don't throw out that low. I don't really throw out that low because I know what Eddy could do. So, and I'm pretty successful against Jun Ding when I play him. So I was assuming, you know, like, it would be the same thing, but it wasn't. So he actually he dumbed down a little bit and it worked on me. So he just used a punishable low and I didn't think he would do it and he did it. So make sure, lesson learned, that you duck against Paul. Give him this range where it's just going to reach right there. That's the spot. That's the sweet spot for that move. Of course, it counter hits if they launch. It launches if it counter hits. So that's the spot. Give it to him. Take it away from him. I mean, even from there, if he tried like, even from like here, yeah, he could hit that like. So you could just do like, you could literally be sidestep right ducking. Like sidestep right ducking from that range. And like it'll be off axis if that hits. If he does the low, you just sidestep right duck and block. See something for a minute here. Because that was his mid. He was using Portugal forward 3+4. Alright, so let's see what happens. I'm sure it's going to be linear both ways. Right. Oh, left, huh? Left beats you. Right really beats it, I think. Yeah, it's going to hit left, so. Yeah, I would space to here and duck. Sidestep right, space to here. I mean, the worst thing that could happen is you get hit by it, but if you block that, you take his life. So yeah, really focus on punishing that move. I made the mistake of not. So let's go back. We didn't get the practice in for the back four. Like we said, minus 13 on block. Next move is quarter circle back three. You won't really see just a plain quarter circle back three. Tissue Mom, what's up, bro? McNoodles, thank you. Hopefully I'll see you in Thailand, bro. I think you're going, right? Quarter circle back three, minus 17. So you're going to get a while standing 2. You obviously want to be careful when it comes to punishing this move, because if he does the second part and you try to punish, he's going to get a counter hit and he can confirm the 1. So punishing quarter circle back 3 is a risky job. Even from out there, it's can't even reach you. It doesn't reach sometimes. So just be careful. But just know that you can punish this move. So I'm not gonna bury that into my muscle memory because I don't think that move is used enough to do so. But down back 3 is something that is important. So down back 3 is minus 17 as well, and this is used, and they use that because they want to mix it up with quarter circle forward 3. So you can see the difference the way the animation is, because it's 2 separate punishes. The down back 3 actually comes out like instantly, and it's just single, like, how do I say it? It's almost like a roundhouse low, as where the quarter circle forward 3 will how do I describe it? Almost like places his foot downward into the snow and into your leg with the quarter circle forward 3. As with the down back 3, he's kind of like, he just sweeps just off the ground. You see his foot doesn't really hit the ground. So that's how you can identify the difference between these moves. No. And it's instant also. The down back 3 is like an instant punish. You have no time to waste. So yeah, it's possible. Definitely possible. Next move he has is side step 3, pump and pedal. Minus 12. This move is also known as the Uncle Chris. Rest in peace, Uncle Chris. And my uncle, when he was around, actually hit somebody with a side step 3 in real life in like the 60s, and did that, like, shattered their knee. So my family being big on Tekken, we call it the Uncle Chris side step 3. Anyway, fun fact, just in case y'all needed to know. That is, boom, back 4, quarter circle over 3, quarter circle, we're not going to do quarter circle back 3. Down back 3, I didn't put down back 3 in there. That's interesting. So sweep, down back 3, minus 17, while standing 2. Alright. Alright, let's put these in, and because the only other low that you need to be responsible for punishing with Paul will be his down 2, his down strike. It's minus 11 actually, so it's a very good low. So if you block it, you only get a while standing 4. That's good to know also. Yes, so that's all I'm going to go over the down strike. Minus 11 on block. There's probably not many times where you're even really going to get an opportunity to block it, but if you do, Excellent. Here we go. Let's do this one. Do it a little bit faster. Too slow. So fast. Yeah, he kind of keeps his foot down a little bit more when he does the quarter circle forward 3. Keeps his foot there for a second. That's a good example of how that back 4 is so quick to punish. The easiest one to punish actually is the quarter circle forward 3. And the side step 4. And the old Chris. Yas. Very tricky the way these lows are mixed up. So yeah, I guess I could have had my practice in for Paul's lows a little bit. Something I should probably do going into tournaments, day before, day of, morning of, whatever. Just go through these lows, it's like, especially if I know I have a good Paul in my pool. This is like something that like definitely should need to brush up on. So anyway, those are Paul's lows. So we'll move on to his high strings, which a lot of them we've actually already gone over. So the first one we did go over 2-3. We said -12 on block this move, or you can just duck it. Anything that starts with 2 with Paul, duck it. Thank you for the follow. Duck nozzle. So 3-2. Make sure if you duck that, you do it instantly. If you wait too long, Paul will move out of the way of the outstanding one with that sway. So just be quick. You duck that. He says ah every time he does the 2. He says, doesn't he? Maybe he doesn't. I feel like he does. Just like he says something. Yeah, so you hear that, yeah, duck. And then make sure you just immediately do your while standing 1-3. So that's 3-2. Next one, forward 2-3-1, which we went over before. Again, after a forward 2 or right punch, always duck. Next one is down forward 1-1-2. This is tough because this one they you know, they like to mix up like stuff like that, you know, so. But if you always do a micro duck after down forward 1, you should be able to always get back up in time to block any kind of mid and be prepared for the down forward 1-1-2. The down forward 1-1-2 is good now. If it hits counter hit there on the 3rd hit, he gets a death fist. So that's very good now. Yeah, just fuzzy duck after the down forward 1, you know. That's just like you would after down 1, down forward 1, and forward 2. So those 3 moves with Paul, always good to fuzzy duck. Go for the while standing 1-3 with this punish. Don't try, if you have a 15 framer, it will work, but you gotta be quick. Gotta be very quick. And it hurts if you miss time a 15 frame Punisher and he hits you with that counter hit, it's gonna hurt. So go with your fastest if you have it while standing Punisher. Alright. And then we said and then we got also forward 2-1 we said. Always good to just practice ducking that, like we said. On a lower level player, expect that. On a higher level player, most likely not going to come out. Most of Paul's ducks on the second hit. Most of his strings, the high is the second swing. So knowing that allows you to be a little bit more alert when you see the first limb of whatever it is that he's doing. Alright, so those are those. And I think we got one more set of moves, and that'll be it. The Paul tutorial is complete. So the next move is good old back 1-2. He can delay this, so when you do block this move, you know, just be aware. You could come out and instantly back 1-2, or you could delay it a little bit. So just keep your eyes open. You can see his body, you can see his torso rotate. Look at his hips, look at his side. He has a rotation going on to help your eyes see when the second hit is coming, to help your hands duck. So keep your eyes open and look at those hips, look at his side. After you block that back one, always look at his, I'm looking at like his upper, like up above his waist, between his waist and his neck is what I'm looking at. And then that tells my eyes when the duck's coming. Next move is the high, forward 3-4-4. So like we were saying, this move is like, this is the one thing where if you try to back 3-3, it's gonna hit you. But ducking will win against this. You could relax under it as well. You don't want to duck. But duck, punish, make him pay. Next move, quarter circle back 3-2-1. Quarter circle back 3-2-1 is low, mid, high. So this move is used if your opponent is trying to punish this. So keep punishing that, and you do this. It'll hit you. So that's why that's there. And as well, it is, you're able to mix it up with that. You could slow it down, just like the other one. So I don't think there's really an indicator. I mean, you could go down. I kind of tap down back. I think a fuzzy guard might work on this situation. because he's kind of wide open. So he says yeah also. No, he doesn't. That mid is kind of seeable, so you might be able to come back up in time. That's instant. The high is instant, so you're better off trying to commit to the duck and then coming right back up. I'm not coming back up fast enough, so it's even worth giving up your while standing Punisher for that high. You could even do that. Right. So that's your best option for that. And the only other string that he has that you can duck is while standing 3-2. So also another string that could be delayed. They could do it instantly. Or they could delay it. So, be ready, either one. Same thing. I look at it as like above his waist to his shoulders. You can see when he pulls that trigger. Just kind of. Yeah, just swings and pulls that hand back and just swings. So let's go over these and we're all done. Alright. All standard stuff. Except the back one too. There we are, finally, coming out. Alright. Alright, so there's that. That is Paul Phoenix for you in a nutshell. I like to space him out, play him at range. Play him at the peak range where this low will hit. So that's range 2.5, right there. That's my range for Paul. I like to play him right here. I'm out of his jab range. I'm out of his down forward 1 range. And I'm in range for that. And I'm in range for that. So just in range for that. Just in range for the low. So you can duck. So yeah, that is my philosophies on Paul. Like I said, I like to play him at that specific range and give him absolutely nothing, and then just block and punish accordingly. I just mistakenly did not do that against Kakoma, but I will next time. So that is all. That's everything I have. I don't think I have any other. Yeah, a lot of times, one other thing actually Paul players like to do a lot against Eddy is they like to just kind of like throw that out. You know, like you kind of like go into relax a lot. So then they just want to like, if you're trying to go into relax, they want to space it out where you do that. So it's obviously very steppable. You even, I think, have the. I even think you could. If you're in relax and they want to do that shit, you could really like. You gotta be careful because if you know, if they do it and it hits you, it hits you while you're rolling, it'll fuck you up, you know. But the roll is the forward 4 is kind of linear So you could even literally roll out of it. But yeah, be careful for that. Another thing I like to do is just throw out like down forward 1-1s. And then you can catch them out of the air with it. That's like an anti-neutron bomb strat that I have against him. Paul doesn't launch. Paul doesn't float back 3-3 or while standing 1-3, so you could use that accordingly. If you use while standing 1-3, make sure you hold back. And that will get away from all of his possibilities after that. So that is all I have for you with Paul. So I will also be doing Raven today, Master Raven, or Raven, whatever you'd like to call her. I will be doing her today as well. I'm going to upload this Paul video first, get some food, and I'll be back in a few hours. Everybody enjoy Joey Fiore, my man, the kid, the mother effing kid. Enjoy his excellent Tekken. One of the best Tekken players that this country has. Joey's getting off. I'm going to give him mine so he doesn't give me his.